Year after year, festivals beat attendance records in attractive culture lovers. Music, art, opera, theatre, dance, all the arts are honored. Embark on this tour of the Festival of France. Chartres, the capital of Eure-et-Loir department in France, is located about 88 kilometers from southwest of Paris. It need only approximately 1 hour travel on land from the capital and one of the most favorite day trip or weekend break destination from Paris. The city sleeps at 8 p.m. yet it always awake until over midnight for tourist activities. Chartres, also known as capital of light, Chartres Light Show is a sweet harmony between heritage sites that represent middle-age culture and the light and sound of a new technology of scenography. Beautiful, colorful light illumine historic places and some principal buildings during the event. Chartres Light Show that begins on April to October every day from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. and is the most popular event in the city and draws attention of several million people from around the globe. It includes multitude celebrations, art and culture events, sport activities for kids and family, for all ages. Chartres in general, not Chartres Light Show. It's always a magic moment for visitors, especially who loves night photography. During this event, Chartres Light Show offers the Festival of Light each year in September. A unique evening with a fantastic atmosphere. Thousands of people take to the streets of the city to enjoy the great variety of installation art and original, poetic, comical, fun and interactive entertainment on offer. This is a major event in the city's calendar for Chartres residents and anyone else who enjoys a party in a family and friendly atmosphere. At a distance of 2 hours and 45 minutes by car from Chartres, there is a beautiful town called Nuer. Nuer is situated on the slope of a hill on the right bank of the Loire River. Nuer is not only a town of history and art, but also a town of artists and artisans. The Decorative Arts Center should be on your must-visit list. You can find here all styles of religions, architecture from the 5th right up to the 20th centuries. The Church of Saint-Etienne, located on the Rue Saint-Etienne, is an example of Romanesque architecture. The Chapel of Sainte-Marie, located on Rue Saint-Martin, is the former church of the Convent of the Visitation. The Church of Saint-Pierre, located on the Rue des Ardilles, has a classic design. Its Italian temple paintings are still intact. The Church of Saint Bernadette du Benlay, located in Rue du Benlay, was built in 1966 and designed by architect Claude Parent and is an internationally renowned monument. Its contemporary exterior is characterized by 2 concrete half-shells supported by a central pillar. Church is not just a structure built of brick and mortar, but truly a living temple of God's Holy Spirit, present alive, at work in all of the people of parish. There's a story behind this. Bernadette is Superior, a simple country girl from Lothier, claimed that the Virgin appeared 18 times to her.
We are here at the grotto. It is a replica of the grotto in Lourdes, where Saint Bernadette saw 18 times the Virgin Mary at the grotto of Massabielle. Bernadette came here, and then after her death, this grotto was built in 1886.
Several miracles occurred as a result of this, and Lourdes then became a famous place for pilgrims. Persuaded of her calling, she became a nun at St. Gildard, a convent of the Sisters of Charity of Nuer. She died there in 1879. She was buried in an oratory in the garden. Every year, almost 200,000 people stop at the shrine.
In this chapel, we can see the body of Saint Bernadette. She died in 1879, and 30 years later, her body was found intact. It wasn't decomposed. Today, thousands of pilgrims came every day to pray near the body of Saint Bernadette.
Numerous pilgrims came to meditate and bore witness to graces received to all those who come to visit her. Bernadette reminded them that in the circumstances of ordinary life, love is their sense of sanctity.
When Bernadette was sad or she had a heavy heart, she liked to come here and pray to the statue of Our Lady of the Waters. She said that that statue looked like the lady she saw in the grotto in Lourdes.
It was at Neuer, in the mother house of the Sisters of Charity, that the 23-year-old Bernadette Sibiric took the veil and for 13 years lived a simple and ordinary life dedicated to God and others. Today, this city is famous for its ceramics, and it is also one of the major pilgrimage centers of France, because presently, Saint Bernadette's body rests inside a bronze and crystal casing in the chapel of the convent of Neuer, France. This private space is also a house of welcome, which offers accommodation and catering for pilgrims and visitors, so that everyone may be able to meditate and pray. Photographs and videos are strictly forbidden in the chapels. At St. Bernadette Reception Center, a team of nuns and lay workers will help organize your stay and discover Bernadette in the best way for you, and will help you on the path she showed us. To help and guide the visitors to discover France, the tourist office has different documents and leaflets. There are guided visits in French, English, German, Italian, and Spanish. The staff of the tourist office is always eager to help and guide you. Rocamadour is no ordinary place. It is a pilgrimage experience to visit again and again. Situated in the Cassis region in the heart of the Dordogne Valley, the sacred city of Rocamadour is surrounded by arid plateaus. Rocamadour attracts 1.5 million visitors and pilgrims every year.
My name is Cécile from the Dordogne Valley Tourist Office. You are here in Rocamadour. Rocamadour has been a pilgrimage site for 1,000 years. It's a city which is situated in the Midi-Pyrenees region. It's one of the 26 great sites of the Midi-Pyrenees region. So Rocamadour is on several levels. You can see at the top you have the castle. Then underneath you have the sanctuary with several chapels, and at the bottom you have the streets where you can find many shops. We get many visitors in Rocamadour, thousands every year. Some of them are pilgrims and others are just tourists coming here for the beauty of the site.
Seemingly defying gravity, this holy city hangs from the cliff in a series of overlapping brown roofs, houses and churches. For pilgrims, Rocamadour's importance lies with the shrine of Our Lady of Rocamadour, a complex of religious structures centered on a miraculous statue of the Virgin Mary and the tomb of an ancient saint.
You are here in the heart of the sanctuary at the top of the great pilgrim staircase, which has 216 steps. Pilgrims used to climb up the great pilgrim staircase on their knees, saying a prayer on every single step. They used to arrive here at the top of the staircase and used to go through the chapel, starting with the chapel of St. John the Baptist, and going through the chapel to see in the end the statue of the Black Virgin. Prisoners used to also come and make the pilgrimage to Rocamadour, and they used to do the steps with shackles on their hands and on their feet, and when they arrived at the sanctuary, they used to be free. When they were going back to their village or their towns, they had a little medal called Sportel that was proof that they had made the pilgrimage to Rocamadour.
My name is Father Ronan de Gouvelot. I'm priest for 17 years, and I'm here for 10 years. This shrine is a very old shrine in France. In the Middle Age, it was known as one of the fourth most important shrine in the world, with Rome, Jerusalem, and Santiago de Compostela. In Rocamadour, this shrine was known because of the many miracles of the Holy Virgin here, the Mother of Jesus. And many people came here for prayers. And today it's also a shrine of miracles. In this shrine there are 8 chapels. 8 chapels as a way to enter the mystery of Rocamadour.
Tourists come to Rocamadour for its religious interest, historical significance, beautiful architecture, and most of all, for the spectacular views. The Dordogne Valley area. Upstream from the Dordogne, the hills get higher and the valley gets steeper. Travelers reach the heart of the Dordogne Valley with hilltop villages, clear water streams, and lush countryside. The Dordogne River and lakes offer plenty of opportunities for water sports. You can enjoy swimming, canoeing, rock climbing, and even potholing. The limestone plateau have created many amazing caves, and some of them are open to the public. The Shamsher Pathania, for example, attracts 450,000 visitors a year. People can discover the wonders of hidden world by boat on an underground river. The Dordogne Valley plays host to a number of gorgeous villages. As you drive around the region, you will come across quaint, picture-perfect villages at every turn. At the very top of this list are 3 villages of Carignac, Le Brissac, and Atout. They have received the prestigious classification as most beautiful villages of France. Small towns and villages filled with history, castles, and churches. Travelers have plenty of scope for relaxing and enjoyable holidays. One of the most beautiful villages in France, Carignac, stretches on the banks of the river in the heart of the Dordogne Valley. The Abbey of Cluny founded a priory there in 1047. With its beautiful Renaissance houses, it has been named as one of the most beautiful villages in France. The Church of St. Peter was built at the end of 11th century. It was enlarged in the middle of the 12th century by the construction of a porch decorated with a large carved tympanum. As you enter the porch, you see the 11th century church doorway with carved capitals showing fabulous animals, knotwork, and palmettes. In the choir, there is an elegant alabaster statue of Virgin and Child. Silent movie. Every year for 3 weeks in August, Rocamadour hosts a sacred music festival, a chance to hear amazing classical music and more contemporary pieces in a magical environment. With its new organ, the Basilica Saint-Sauveur is the ideal place to listen to the whole powerful range of the instrument.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Emran Rollin, je suis organiste à Rocamadour, au sanctuaire de Rocamadour, de ce très bel instrument qui a été construit il y a 2 ans. Pour moi, c'est une grande joie de pouvoir jouer un instrument tout neuf qui a été conçu par le facteur d'orgue Jean Daldosso. Et alors pourquoi je suis venu à l'orgue? Eh bien, c'est une passion depuis que je suis tout petit. L'orgue m'a toujours émerveillé. La forme de son buffet, les tuyaux, le son puissant de l'instrument. L'orgue est un instrument qui a un son extrêmement présent et puissant. Je suis organiste depuis 2 ans à Rocamadour. Mon travail consiste à jouer des concerts sur cet instrument, à faire connaître la beauté de cet orgue, également à accompagner les messes et la liturgie qui se déroulent ici au sanctuaire. Et puis mon travail est également d'organiser le festival de Rocamadour qui permet de promouvoir 7 siècles de musique sacrée, du chant grégorien jusqu'à la musique contemporaine de nos jours, et de faire entendre des chœurs, de l'orchestre et également de l'orgue. Et notamment dans ce festival, nous avons permis à des organistes de faire entendre différents moyens de faire sonner l'instrument, comme par exemple un ciné-concert que nous avons entendu dans ce festival, où un jeune organiste, Thomas Hospital, a improvisé sur le clavier la musique sur un film muet. C'est une très belle chance, en tout cas pour nous, de pouvoir faire entendre à tous les touristes qui viennent à Rocamadour chaque année les beautés de cet instrument et la beauté de la musique sacrée dans cette basilique Saint-Sauveur qui est classée au patrimoine mondial de l'UNESCO et puis qui est réputée véritablement pour la qualité de son acoustique.
The festival also organizes a cine concert, a concept that involves film screening featuring live music as it was done in the early days of cinema. It is an opportunity for the organist to display various techniques to get different sounds out of the instrument. Eagle Show Rocamadour also offers visitors the chance to get up close and personal with many endangered bird species, Roger des Jaglers, in front of your eyes and in the sky above you. The birds will fly freely during a spectacular show.
Soulier Jean-Michel, je travaille au Rocher des Aigles depuis une vingtaine d'années. Le Rocher des Aigles est un parc un petit peu particulier qui travaille sur la pédagogie, qui existe depuis plus de 35 ans. Et ici, nous avons la chance d'avoir un lieu assez unique avec un canyon derrière notre volerie pour faire voler les oiseaux très très haut dans le ciel et expliquer un petit peu mieux la physionomie, la physiologie des rapaces. Les rapaces qui pendant très longtemps ont été malheureusement un peu mal vus par les humains. Et ici, notre rôle, c'est de les réhabiliter et de les faire comprendre aux gens. Voilà, nous faisons ce travail depuis très longtemps maintenant avec un grand centre de reproduction, une centaine de jeunes qui naissent chaque année. Nous avons travaillé aussi en étroite collaboration avec des scientifiques mexicains pour réintroduire notamment le singe hurleur dans des régions où il avait disparu, pour protéger aussi la forêt primaire dans le sud du Mexique qui menaçait d'être ravagée par les exploitants de tabac ou les exploitants de bétail. Voilà un peu tout le travail du Rocher des Aigles, essayer de redonner un petit peu à la nature tout ce qu'on lui prend tous les jours.
The acrobatics of the kites, the fishing eagles, the resourceful vultures, the famous falcons, the perching mangoes. In this show, you will get familiar with macaws, cockatoos, amazons, parrots, and will love them even more by getting to know them better. Lourdes, one of the great sights of Midi-Pyrenees in southwest France, is a little mountain town with everything to compete with the best. Coming here is like escaping one's daily life, making a trip within the trip, the destination to keep in memory for a long time. Every year, Lourdes welcomes millions of travelers coming from more than 140 countries. At a first place of fraternity and spirituality. For Catholics, Lourdes is the world's most beloved shrine. Saint Bernadette was born in Lourdes on 7th January 1844. This venerated site is accessible to pilgrims both day and night, and Mass is celebrated there every day.
Yes, I'm Dr. Alessandro De Franciscis. I am the permanent physician, residing physician in the sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes in France. I am the person in charge of the Office of Medical Observations in Lourdes. The strict and evident relation between religiosity, spirituality, and physical health. This is true for all religions, and this is true in all anthropologies. We in Europe, we know that, for instance, many millions of Hindus in India believe in the healing power of the Ganges River. I think this is a very important thing. And the numbers at the Ganges River, we understand, are enormously larger than the numbers in Lourdes. First of all, someone has to come and see the doctor and tell him that he or she believes he's been cured. So it's an act of freedom to come and tell to the doctor that he or she believes he's cured. And then after that, the doctor, although I'm quite a unique kind of a doctor, I'm a real medical doctor, but I take care of cured people, which is not really exactly what other doctors in the world do. But the doctor will then make a judgment. Am I in front of something relevant, important, possible, or am I in front of something irrelevant and quite clearly untrue? In the case that I feel that is true, then I will ask the person to please help us build a clinical file. It's also a college made of as many doctors and health professionals are in Lourdes on that given day. This is the reason why we have at the Secretary's office a registry, and any doctor, pharmacist, dentist, nurse, midwife, physical therapist can come, introduce him or herself, give us proof of belonging to the profession, and then he will be convoked in his hotel if something happens during the days of his stay. We now have in Lourdes 69 miraculous cures, or cures that have been recognized as miracles by bishops.
Prayer to the Lady of Lourdes. It is Catholic tradition here in Lourdes to ask for prayers in memory and in hope. There is a prayer intentions box next to Our Lady of Lourdes statue at the grotto in the Lourdes sanctuary, where prayer intentions can be deposited.
Monsignor Xavier de Rhodes, and I'm working here as a chaplain in the sanctuary of Lourdes in France. So this is a very special place. We have million of people coming here every year. It all started in 1858 when the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared to a young girl named Bernadette Soubirous, and the Virgin made 18 apparitions, and from there they started processions, pilgrimages, and so now we have every day more than 6 million people coming in. And they're coming from all around the world. We have people coming from Europe, obviously, but also mainly now from South America, and from Asia, especially India and Sri Lanka. People are traveling from far away in the world, and they're just coming here to pray together. We have miracles taking place here every year. I would say almost every day. Not only physical healings, but also spiritual and intellectual healings. People that are able to lay here at the foot of the Virgin Mary things that they have carried on for ages, for many years, and suddenly they find here relief, consolation, and support. In the Catholic faith, water is always a sign of baptism, and therefore it's a reminder of the grace that we had received when we became Catholics, when we became Christians. And so the Virgin Mary asked Bernadette during their apparition to dig into the ground in order to find water, to find a spring. And so she did. And she said to Bernadette, from that water you should clean your face and be purified. And so as a reminder of that, people are coming in order to get that water and to wash their face, or to be washed in the pools, in the bath actually. And so this water is regular water. It's nothing special. But because of the faith of the people and because of the protection of the Virgin Mary, miracles have occurred when people were drinking it, were taking it, washing themselves, even far away, and miracles have taken place. And so from that period, from this very reason that the Virgin asked Bernadette to wash her face, people have been doing that again and again.
All prayers are read by one of the priests here in Lourdes, and as many prayers as possible are read out at Mass. Candles. A further iconic image of Lourdes is the tall, conical stand containing votive candles, which are burnt constantly in the grotto. The procession is led by pilgrims bearing a replica of the cabochon statue of the Virgin Mary. The focus of this procession is the Rosary. All 5 decades are recited, usually in a variety of languages. Procession takes place daily at 9 p.m. The Lourdes hymn is also sung, with verses in different languages. Lourdes water has become a focus of devotion to the Virgin Mary at the Lourdes. Since the supposed apparitions, many people have claimed to have been cured by drinking or bathing in it. Miraculous spring. At the back of the grotto, on the left of the altar, is the miraculous spring that reportedly spouted on February 25, 1858, during the 9th apparition. When Bernadette scraped the earth as instructed, the Virgin is said to have commanded her, "Go and drink at the spring and wash there." The water from this spring is collected in several reservoirs, from which you can drink. 4 to 6 million pilgrims from around the world visit the shrine each year, and pilgrims visiting Lourdes for its healing qualities and bathe in pools of water from Bernadette Spring. A quote from the Bible dealing with water. Anyone who drinks the water that I shall give will never thirst again. The water that I shall give will turn into a spring within them, welling up to eternal life.